Hello Year 5 and 6. I hope you're all well at home. Today's video, I'm going to be doing your forehand striking, your tennis action that you hopefully did last week in Mr. Evans' video. Obviously, if you don't have a tennis racket, that's fine. We can use some other equipment that you can find around the house. That's the point of the home learning. So today is all about recapping that forearm shot. We're going to use that skill that you learned last week and try it in some different games. Okay, so that we use repeating that skill in order to master it, basically. Okay, you're going to need equipment. You're going to need some balls or a pair of socks will do. Make sure they're soft if you're going to do them indoors. Okay, socks are ideal. Make sure you scrunch them up into a nice little ball, then you won't break anything. I've got some nice squidgy balls, which is great. If you're doing it outside and you've got some tennis balls, even better, great. If you don't have a tennis racket, just like me, you can use maybe a frying pan. Please ask permission from the adult in the house first, okay? Or, works just as good, a small hardback book, okay? Because you can just hold it in your hand and it still has a nice flat surface for you to do your shot, okay? So that's the equipment you're going to need. First of all, we're going to do a quick warm-up. This is going to be a short one because it's indoors. If you want to do a bit more of an intense one, there is some HIIT or some fitness videos that I have done that are also on the YouTube channel. So check them out. They're a bit longer, okay? You might want to do that before you start this skill-based activity, okay? But we'll do a short one if you want to follow that for now, okay? All right, so we're just going to start off with jogging on the spot. Okay, get those knees quite high. Start off slow, get a little bit faster. Maybe 20 to 30 seconds of that. Okay, make sure you're using your arms as well. We want to loosen up the shoulders. Now, I've already done a video just before this for the 3s and 4s, so I'm quite warmed up already. You can just extend the time if you want, pause the video, carry on. Okay, star jumps. They don't need to be fast, but get your arms right up, nice and wide with your feet. Again, 30 seconds or longer if you like. Okay, and then we're going to go to burpees. Now with the burpees, I'm just going to do 3 or 4 because I've already done a video, but do 10, 12 if you can. Okay, for those that have forgotten how to do them, hands down, legs out, touch your tummy on the floor, back up. And repeat. Okay, one more for me. Okay, good. They get you out of breath quite quickly. And we're just going to do some swings with the arms, just to loosen up the joints and to loosen up those muscles. Nice dynamic stretch, so a moving stretch, the shoulders. And backwards. Okay, then we're going to do what we call a lat stretch. So we're stretching off the sides, or the sides of your back, really. So you're going to reach up with one arm, quite high, and reach over. You should feel it nice and tight there. Hold that for about 10 seconds. And slowly come back. And the opposite side, reach up and across. Hopefully you can stretch a little bit further than me, a bit more flexible than me. Another 10 seconds, good, and relax. And last one, we'll bring our arm straight in front, bring it to the side across, and just pull it in at the elbow. Okay, and you're sort of bringing it in under your chin. Should feel it stretch across the sides and the front of your shoulders into your lower arm. Okay, hold that for another 10. And swap sides, straight arm like this, okay? And you're sort of pulling that elbow in until you can feel it stretch. Okay, good. Right, now into our forehand shot. So I'm going to show you the technique first. I'm going to choose the frying pan to start with. Okay, you might want to practice the technique without the ball first. Okay, so I'm going to pretend I'm going to hit this way, side on. Okay, so my body needs to be side on. If my racket or my frying pan is in my right hand, my left leg is forwards. Completely side on. If you're left-handed, just the opposite way, okay? So, standing side on, okay? What I want to be doing is I want to be holding the racket back to start with, and I don't want to hold it up high. I don't want to hold it too low. I want to hold it in the middle, because when we're hitting, we are sort of scooping, okay? You want your shot to have an upwards trajectory, but not too far. It's not going up straight up, okay? You want it to set off at a nice sort of trajectory up so it can come back down, okay? So we can hold there, we're aiming forwards, and we're going to hit forwards. Now, in tennis rackets are designed when the ball actually hits the middle, they bounce off with speed. So you don't need to hit that hard in tennis, okay? Get the control first, and then when you get more confident, then you can start hitting a bit harder, okay? Good. All right, so once you've done that, if you've got a bit of space up against the wall or something, then you're going to introduce the ball. I haven't chosen the right way here. I've got shelves in front of me, but we'll give it a go anyway. Okay, make sure you're watching the ball the whole time, okay? And you're just going to drop it in front of you here. You're not dropping it out in the direction you're going to hit it. You're going to drop it to your side, because when your racket meets it at a right angle, that's the direction it's going to go, okay? You don't want to drop it too close to your body, because you won't have the room to move your racket. Not too far away, because you don't want to be stepping and reaching, okay? So that arm's relatively straight. Okay, I'm going to drop it, watch it, and hit it, okay? I'll show you again. I'll choose the red ball, it might be easier to see. Okay, so I'm going to drop and hit. Perfect. So, once you've had a few practice goes and you're happy with that, you can move into your challenges. Okay, the first challenge we're going to do is just to get used to the ball, and it's a keep you up challenge. Okay, so keep you up just means keeping the ball in the air for as long as possible, hitting it up into the air. Okay, so you can start off many as you can, and you can count them if you want. Now, if you're getting confident, maybe go a bit higher, depending on your space. You can even move around. I know that in the last video you moved around. Okay, and count how many you can do. Swap hands if that's easy. Okay, it's always harder with your weaker hand. Okay, I'm right-handed, so now I'm using my left hand. Okay, now I recommend doing this for sort of nearly 5 minutes. Okay, just practicing, changing hands a lot. You can even change your piece of equipment. Maybe use that book, which is a little bit easier actually because it's closer to your hand. Okay, but the more confident you get, you might be able to spin around, try some tricks. Okay, you might want to swap hands while you're doing it. Okay, 5 minutes of that and you'll be very confident. Okay, then you're going to move into your next challenge. Okay, so the next challenge is going to be with using some Skittles. Now, I'm lucky enough to have my daughter's toys actually has some little Skittles. Okay, so these are perfect for hitting down. Now, you can use empty water bottles, you can use teddies, whatever you can find, and you need about 5 of them. Okay, I'm using 5 of these, and I've set them up in a line on a raised surface. Okay, you can use a table, use a chair, whatever you've got around, okay? And I've got a bit of space from here to there. It's about 3 or 4 meters away, okay? What I'm going to do is I'm going to attempt to hit the ball and hit down as many Skittles as I can, okay? And I'm going to keep going until I've knocked them all over, okay? This might be quite difficult, or it'll take a while, but it's really going to hone in that accuracy because that's what we want to do, okay? So I'm going to give it a go. Oh, nearly. Okay, got another ball here. I'm going to keep going. Luckily, they're bouncing back. No success so far. Ooh, that was close. Hey, one down. So I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep going until I've knocked all 5 down. Okay. Nearly. I'm very close. Ooh. Okay. Now, once I've knocked all 5 down, what I can do, I can make it a challenge. So, set them back up, do all 5, and count how many shots it takes you. Okay? Because then you might want to repeat it again, and you're going to try and do it in less shots. Okay? So you're challenging yourself there. Or if you've got a sibling or someone in the house, you can challenge them. You do it first, see how many shots it takes, and then they can have a go and see if you can beat their score. Now, I only got one down in quite a few shots there. That's because I've got quite small skittles. So start with bigger ones if you got them, bigger teddies, some big water bottles. And then the more confident you get, make your targets smaller. Or you can move closer to make it easier, move back to make it harder. Okay, so that's another challenge. Moving on to the final challenge, or our red challenge, our hardest one. This requires a partner. So we're going to use a moving target. So that's your partner. I don't actually have a second person with me today, so I'm going to pretend. So my partner today, Pikachu. Okay, and what Pikachu is going to do is going to be over there, and in your household, he'll be able to move. So it'll be your partner. I can't make Pikachu move because it's just a teddy. But I would set my partner over there. Okay, I would stand over here with a tennis racket. I would ask my partner can move side to side. They can't go back and forth. I don't want them running around the house, okay? And then you're going to attempt to try and hit them as they move. So they're going to be dodging side to side. So it's a little bit harder because your target's moving. And again, you're just going to count how many attempts it's going to take for you to hit them, okay? Obviously, you're only using softballs or a pair of socks. So once it hits your partner, it's not going to hurt. It's going to be quite funny, okay? So they're only allowed to move side to side. You're going to take forearm shots to see how many it will take before you can hit them, okay? You can repeat this over and over. Keep swapping so you both get goes, okay? And that's the end of that. So keep practicing them. Remember, tennis is a very hard game, very hard skill, especially if you're using things like frying pans, okay? But it will help if you're practicing at home. So give it a go and have a nice week, everybody.